All right. Hello, everyone. This is your girl Twix, and I'm here with Jazzy. And we just had to take the time and discuss the finale show of Love and Marriage.
Yes,
We're going to touch
yes.
bases on some things that, we've both been really busy, so we hadn't had a chance to record lately. And we definitely have to address um, Melanie throwing a glance at Martell
Have
issue
to.
from last. Yeah, we have to. So let's get it started. Okay, so the show opens up where it left off the episode before, and it was talking about it had your girl in it. I'm so fluttered right now. What's the girl name? Oh, that's not her friend. That was Martell friend.
The
And
friend, the real estate, the broker. He was the broker and his wife. I forgot their name, but it's a couple.
yeah,
And they was
basically
over
they're
there.
friends. They're friends.
Right, right,
Yeah, so they brought him
right.
over there to try to see if they can work on this marriage. Is it really over and whatnot? But like we discussed on the phone, we think it's more than that. They thinking about their money is about to be screwed up because they're falling apart and they have investments. And Melanie is like, she don't care. I don't care what y'all got. I'm not staying in this. It's okay. So, what did you think about that fight? I mean, the little debacle from last time, and then I'll address it. What was your thoughts on it?
It was long overdue because the thing is, he Martell have to realize how much you have to poke Melody Mel
Melanie.
before she just blows up. Like each episode, he keep on blaming. But I cheated. Yes, I cheated. But if she did what she, but always going back
Right,
to Mel,
right,
very disrespectful. Like they don't have years together. They don't have 4 kids together. The disrespect was outrageous. One thing that hurt me out of this whole episode, it just when nobody don't take up for Mel as far as during that time. I wish like the man, the broker guy, the person who was there, stood up and was like, "Hold on, don't do all that. What you doing?" And told Martell to go back in the car, put him in his place because you don't disrespect no woman like that. Nobody on this show have done that to Martell.
but you got to realize too, in real life, there's not too many men that will do that either. You know what I'm saying? They don't because number one, they don't like getting in other people's business. Most men don't. Number two, um, the whole time the dude's sitting there thinking about his investments.
I feel like I would definitely feel that.
That's why he wasn't even realizing what was going on.
Hmm.
So he's just thinking about his money. He's not even thinking about the
The
situation.
real
I'm pretty sure
situation.
yeah, I'm pretty sure he care, but his pockets is gonna be hurting behind this situation, which is
We
more
don't.
important.
We really don't know because I feel like this. It could be Martell was telling them, "Hey, can you sit me and Mel down
To try
because
to save the situation.
saves the situation so he could be able to sell these land and stuff like that." Because you have to know he's a mastermind of manipulation. So you
Who?
don't know what behind the scenes was, but it just that whole scene didn't make no sense of why they would basically bombarded Mel like that. That
Well,
should have
if
been
that
right.
was the but if that was the case, Martell, would have kept his cool. And Martell should have been like, you know what, I messed up and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I will give you access to passwords. You can have my phone. You'll know where I'm at all time. You can FaceTime me anytime. So it's just, he
Girl,
wasn't, but
that's
he
for
never,
a man. That's for a man who feel like he did wrong. He don't feel that way. So you'll never get that. He probably went in that meeting thinking everything was positive, was he was gonna say positive things. But when he saw Mel and saw that she was just not having it, as not, and he just clicked.
he wants to hear Melanie say, you know what? I wish I would have done better to keep you home. I wish I would have did what you needed me to do. That's what he want to hear, but that's not reality
It's
because
not.
nobody causes you to cheat. You cheated. You chose to
You
do that,
cheated. Hmm.
and you know it's just a stupid situation. So by him saying keep throwing up okay, what really set Mel off, and I just put myself in her shoes because that's how I like to address Martell. I can't even relate to him. I put myself in the shoes because
Right, right.
I don't
It
even
don't make
understand a
sense.
person like that. So with Melanie, I said, okay, if I know this chick has been involved in my life for 5 years, but I found out about because I'm seeing online a lot of people saying, oh, well, Melanie knew about it for 5 years. No, she didn't. She found out about it 5 years too late. You see what I'm saying? She
Right,
didn't know about it. So when she found out about it, the fact that he kept on every time they got in an argument, run over there because he feels like you could just tell money made him. You see what
right,
I'm saying? So when you already have that arrogance and that attitude, you add money to that, it's a recipe for disaster. So now he feels like he's the gift of God and king and whatever, and anything, any needs that he needs met need to be met ASAP.
right.
And Melanie was still being herself, yet she was still, doing work and stuff. Sometimes women don't want to be bothered. We have hormones, we have this, we tired, we have children, and I may not feel sexy. So if you don't feel sexy, you just don't want to. And a man that's married should say, okay, well, let me give you some space and time and back off. And see, as a woman, when you give me space and time and you're not on me, hassling me, I'm gonna say, dang, he backed off. What let me see what I did wrong. Like what's wrong, He, on the other hand, was not sending her the signs. As if you can see, he said, oh, I just mentioned it. You got to sit down and say, hey, I think let's take a vacation. And another thing I caught that Melanie said that he always wanted to take vacation with the kids. So that's not helping the situation. Y'all needed to take a romantic vacation, talk to each other, and say, hey, look, I'm getting lonely in this department. What we're going to do about it? Or let's go to counseling. Instead, you saw this big lip chick, uh, and said, okay, let me see what she's about. Because number one, she looks young minded. She's young. I mean, she's 30 something, but when you talk to her, it sounds like you're talking to a 15 or 16-year old, when you hear her talk.
Mhm.
So she just has like, that mentality. And some guys like that. They like the way that they
I
can
just, I,
mold somebody to be what they really want it to be.
I just feel like this. This is Martell. He hated he that typical old school guy. That old school guy who it's good to have a nice trophy wife woman that look good and all this and all that. But he started to be intimidated by Melody when she started doing all this accomplishments, being having more fame in him. He kept on throwing it. He was
No,
she
no, I don't think so. I don't think so
he
because he
kept
did
on
it in
throwing it in the in the episode, I mean not the episode, throughout the season, saying that she would win all these rewards and not show appreciation to him. You see what I'm
right, not
saying?
not up there. He's talking about at home. Like he feels that he allowed her to invest into her different businesses and into her as a woman, her brand itself. So he feels like, okay, where's my appreciation in the bedroom or whenever I say jump, you need to jump because he feels like that's what I don't really think he care about all the limelight, but I know he cares about not looking bad. He's the person about imagery. He needs to maintain this image of, like you said, trophy wife. He got all the businesses, he got the money, he got the cars, and a chick on the side. You see what I'm saying? He needs that imagery. But now that the consequences behind that choice is affecting his businesses, it's affecting his pockets. So now that he feels like he hit rock bottom, it's like whatever. He's gonna throw anything and everything out there to make her look bad too, because he don't want her to look like he don't want to accept the fact that he did wrong.
He was the cause of most of this
He did
stuff.
wrong.
And my thing is, that's who he is. This whole, ever since I started season one and things, well, I want to say
Not
everything, but
season
when he
one.
starts showing, yeah, when they start showing they breakup, you'll start seeing who he really was.
Right. It
And
was a
it's just
buildup because
like,
I was like, he was cool until when he started saying certain things. I'm like, what is he talking
right.
about? Like,
He's hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. Some of the stuff he said in the show be so funny, but
because he
it
really
just
think
like,
this.
right. But the thing is, it was just he needs help. He's needs deeply help. Not seeing a counselor once every blue moon. He need to start going and seeing a counselor once or twice every week.
Before we go any further, make sure you hit the thumbs up button, comment below, and hit that subscribe button. Also, on the right of the subscribe button, they have a notification bell if you would like to be notified for any future videos.
Went to go see that counselor man, which I feel like would be cool to go holler at him at his house every now and then. Stop going to that building because it's he's saying good stuff, but that man is wasting his time. That stuff is not getting through. Only thing that is getting through to Martell is the good stuff that he said. You're a good person, and that's out of that whole thing. If you look at the conversation he had after he left that meeting, that's the only part
Hmm.
he picked up. I feel good about, I'm a good dad and this and that. He don't need, he don't want to hear anything that he did wrong. That that
Right.
that, that,
But
that he did
you have
wrong.
to, right, and I agree. He don't want to hear that. But when you're a counselor, you have to be sensitive to the situation. You cannot treat a person like Martell like a regular person. You see what I'm saying? He
But then he
got
ain't gonna have
an
his business
ego.
either.
He got an ego. He got, you got to be very gentle. It's just like glass. You got to be very gentle. And that's probably not good for him, but he have to, in order for him to get the proper help, he have to put in the work.
A
And Martell
psychiatrist.
is not going to put in the work cuz you
He
can
need a
see it.
psychiatrist. He need a psychiatrist.
Right, right.
But nobody is putting up with that foolishness because that man is not helping him. You said you have to be gentle, but how is that helping him? By
It's
being
helping
gentle.
because what he okay, so what is what he at that moment, it probably don't show that he helping, but I bet you Martell would sit down and think about his actions. You see what I'm saying? And think about, what
What
he
do you mean?
said.
I'm trying to understand what you mean.
Okay, so basically, when he was talking about, um, male situation, the whole time every time he went to the psychiatrist, I mean, to the counselor, he he did some homework after. You see what I'm saying? And eventually Martell stopped going. The last episode of the counselor was like, long time no see.
Yeah, because he only coming for filming. Well, maybe because of COVID. I don't know. Because COVID did
Right.
happen.
That's true. That's true.
So
That's true.
COVID could have stopped him.
That
But
probably will
I
take to
think
the
they
face.
had, I know
Hmm.
they have video chat. So he could have
Right.
did that too.
Right. The counselor did say that he said you'll reach out to me and I'll try to reach out to you back, but you don't answer. Why is that? He said, well, um,
He probably don't feel he did nothing wrong.
right. He said he was not looking for, the talks because he give it to him. He give it to him straight. And you see what I'm saying? The little things that counselor do is a lot. Is little to us. We feel like he need more, but it's a lot to Martell. His
Yes, but
personality
my
is
thing is
like a
not. My thing
glass.
is it's too deep. This is what I'm trying to say. Some people need psychiatry and therapy.
Right, right. That's
He
true.
needs psychiatry because his way of thinking is not normal. It's just
Right.
not.
It's not.
And he literally don't can't grasp the concept of why everybody is feeling this way about him. He wants
Right.
to put out there that yeah, the vows. Oh, what like what's the saying you said? I'm loyal to two women. I was loyal to two women. That statement in itself is screwed the hell up. Like, do you hear what you're saying, sir?
How you loyal to two
To two
women?
women. Like,
To two women. Make it make sense.
make it make sense, sir. Like, it just sounds so
Oh,
super stupid.
God.
And it's
And
just
one of the women is your wife.
huh?
And I was like, and one of the women is your wife.
But he was loyal to her and the other one. Like it's just saying so like he want cookie points because he did not in his mind, he only had a relationship with two women. Even though he messed with other women, he feels like the only things that he did wrong was have a relationship.
Right.
Not the cheating part, just because it was a relationship. And that lets you know that he had messed with multiple women because he don't see like, oh, I didn't make a relationship with them.
We just messed around.
Smashed and
But
dashed.
I didn't care for him.
Right. So that's how stupid he thinks. And who I can't deal with that. I
Yeah.
just I don't know how Melanie deal with that. I being a went upside his head with a little bat or something.
But that relationship show you, it show you like please do not idolize people when you see them on, social media, idolize couples because you don't know what goes on the behind closed doors. Just because I mean, that magazine they had together was picture perfect. I mean, beautiful. But it was so much more that was going behind closed doors, and it's sad.
And I don't think he'll be able to do that again with this new chick, which goes into the next part where he left the counseling and
Mm-hmm.
he I guess they allowed Melanie must have signed off on yeah, we can hear her voice, but I don't want to see that heifer on my show. So her the baby mama voice is on the
Right,
phone over the speaker. She's talking about the baby and he asked for a DNA test. Like Martell, you definitely is putting on for the cameras because you've been new about this baby. You've been with us said all this. So
right.
And
I
he
would
probably
not.
said, "Look, I gotta say this because I need to, show that, I'm questioning this and that." Because she was too calm. She was like, "Martell, like, I can't believe you asking this." And come on now, and then she's a hood chick, so she would have been like, "What? I can't believe you even said." It was just too calm for me. It was
I
too
just,
calm to her not to know, and that shows you
but
her,
you have to.
her she
I'm
is.
sorry.
No, I'm just saying that shows you how she is, what type of chick she is. She's one of those chicks like, "Hey, just do this and I'll break you off." She's doing what she got to do for a coin anyway. So
Right.
it
But you
was
have to
too much with
realize
her.
this. This girl is the same girl who was okay for him to call her peasant. And he not one time he said he shouldn't call her a peasant.
That's what I'm
That a
trying to
peasant.
say.
A peasant. And she was, and you steady sleep with him. And I know love is blind and stuff like that, but this is you dealing with, somebody that have that's basically low self-esteem. You
And all
have a
he
man.
had to do was say, "You know what? I was under pressure. Melanie wanted me to say this," just like he said on this. I saw somebody YouTube video. He was saying that yeah, I was under pressure. Melanie wanted me to say that, and I shouldn't have called her a peasant. So this is what he says in his mind, and this is what he tells Ariana, or whatever her name, Ariana. And it's sad. It's sad that you have to be so low as a woman to play French fries to the burger. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Tell married man what you, and the thing is she had to
Well, she
realize
might think she's about to be
whatever.
married.
Huh?
She thinks she's about to be married.
Right. But the thing is, however you found them is how you lose them.
Yep. That's all the time.
That's
Because
all.
guess
It
what?
never
It's
failed.
not going to be exciting anymore to him.
It's
The
not.
thrill of sneaking
The
around and all
thrill,
this is gone.
exactly. Now you
So
about to
you're
get
just
the
a
riff
baby
of
mama now.
Mel. You about to get the same thing when Mel go through.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. And she just, I don't know. She's
But
just crazy.
congratulate to Mel for coming on top, showing women that they could do it
They
after
could
four
leave.
kids. They don't have to, you don't have to stay with men just because you're a kid's sake. You don't have to live with that misery.
And one thing I did find out, I'm not sure if it was Heavenly's interview with Melanie or Funky Daniva interview with Melanie. I sent it to you, but I'm sure you haven't watched it, of
I
course.
haven't, because you haven't
Exactly.
sent it to me.
I did send it to you the other day, but then, okay, let me tell you this. So I found out after, I think the last baby, she was pregnant again, and she
Who?
decided to abort the baby. Melanie.
Oh,
She decided to abort the baby because she knew then that she would not be with him. So,
exactly.
I mean,
Mm, that's hard.
I'm glad she was honest about that. So I respect her for saying that, because there's a lot of people that be like, "Oh, well, women have to choose." Like I always say, that is so many people say what to do with your body. They always it be mostly Republicans hollering about, "Oh, we have to protect this and protect that, freedom of this and freedom of speech," but then you're gonna tell me what to do with my body. So I'm really not free to do what I want to do.
Exactly. And
Really, really not. So
adoption
then,
homes
and
is
I
put
and
the
to an
kid.
extent, I agree with, if a baby is past a certain term in your, in development stage, then yes, I don't agree with abortion. But if I'm raped by somebody, why would I want to have that baby? You see
Girl,
what I'm
and
saying?
women want to have should have a choice no matter what, because at the end of the day, who gotta
No,
take
this is
care of
just
them?
that's what I'm saying. This is just the reason why I'm saying this. I want people that says something against that to think about that mother, because they always complaining about funding going into food stamps, going into welfare, going into all these other places. But they think about it. You have all these moms that did not want to have these children. Then they go into the welfare system. Then they get to abused home in the welfare system. So it's screwed up either way.
Right.
So it's maybe what 5 and 20 that comes out to a good home.
Right.
And
Exactly.
you just have to think about those things. Like, this is this mom's life. She's been, you know, I just want people to think about that scenario, and not what's good with them for them, because the same people that they say save, they don't mind the police killing. But that's another
That's another
subject.
segment.
Yeah, another segment. We'll get into it. That's another segment. So oh, we didn't just what you thought about the African pictures that they took?
It was nice. It was
What
nice.
you laughing for?
Let's go to another subject.
Okay, let me address this. And I probably catch a lot of heat for this from this. I don't really care for those pictures unless you from Nigeria or Africa. Because okay, I feel like if it was, well, no, take that back. Because I guess she's trying to show them their heritage. I
Right? Because
guess.
we don't know exactly where we're from because that was taken away from us. So
And it might be paying homage to the
right.
African, maybe. So I take that back, because I those pictures be like, I just don't be understanding it, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because we pay
Hmm.
homage to everything else, so it is what it is. I moving on.
Right.
So okay, so then it goes into the what is it? The premiere of the Blaque Cigar Lounge for
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
sneaky
Which
ass
was
Marshall.
yes. I was really proud of how the turnout was. It was, even though we seeing behind the cameras and things like that, it looks really nice. Looks like I would love to, go out there and, chill at that lounge.
Yeah, I think
It's
they did a
the type
really
of
good
vibe
job.
that I would look for.
Yeah, they did a good job. Um, they did a really good job with everything. I even like, even though I can't stand Tisha sometimes, but I liked the picture that they had in black and white of Tisha. I really did. I liked it. She's good for something. That was really good. And I do like the fact, I liked how okay, I was hesitant with the thought of Jalen, I think that's his name, Jalen being the general manager. But I liked how the first day he was just, trying. You know what I'm saying? He
Right.
showed interest, he looked sharp.
He
So
looked.
I
He was
think he'll
awesome.
do good. And I'm glad Marcel
Right.
is giving him a chance, which I
Right.
feel like he's giving him a chance because it is cheaper to hire him than
Well,
to
no, but
reskill him.
look what actually he set him up. Because when
He's
you
setting
think
them up for
about it,
success. Yeah.
no, but when you think about it, Marcel is a project manager. Project manager is a person who directs. Oh, he not the if he got to get his hand dirty, he got to get his hand dirty. He not shy about that. But most of the project managers, people who is over projects, they'll tell the person that do this, do that, do this. They point that person in the right direction.
Right.
This is like the stepping stone of that. So if he that the guy probably not realizing it right now, but this is the stepping stone of being a construction or commercial, project manager.
Who?
Run a restaurant first. You
Who?
see what I'm saying?
Oh, what you talking about? Oh, you talking about? Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Like,
You see
if
what I'm
they get
saying?
an internship to show him how to actually run and manage something, then he can get a
Right.
taste of project management. Like,
Right. And then
okay,
now
I
you
see what
go
you're
to a
saying.
commercial. Exactly. So I see what, I see the undertone of how he did that. And that's the greatest thing you could do. Greatest
Right.
thing, because at the end of the day, he could say, "Hey, this is not for me." You
Right.
see what I'm saying?
Right.
And not really lose nothing. So yeah.
Yeah, so then Destiny, she comes in, sparkly. I liked her dress. She was looking really pretty.
Yeah, she was. What her man was at? He just was on what episode?
He said, "Look, I ain't got time to be on there. Y'all finding out about my stuff going on. I ain't about to have my chicks saying anything."
He about
So he's
he
smart.
going back up there to fry some chicken.
He going back frying his chicken. He ain't thinking about all that. Yeah, but
Exactly.
so you saw when Martell walked in and addressed Marceau and Tisha, and then said just about he was sorry what happened between him and Miss Wanda, and
Mm-mm.
something about the dynamic, Marceau, Tisha, and Martell. I feel that Marceau, Martell knows Marceau is doing really good in the business area right now. So if he needs a helping hand, Marceau will be there for him. So
Exactly.
he has to be smart about his tone towards them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And be a little vulnerable around them so he can seem, you know, like so, genuine. But I also feel that he knows about Marceau's dirt. And Marceau knows that Martell knows about Marceau's dirt. So they have a little eye connection. If you notice, if you go back and watch their eye connections, they know Marceau wants Martell to keep stuff quiet about Tisha. Because if you think about, I feel like Tisha knows something, but she's not sure and she can never find the proof. So she just in her head said, okay, this is not true. Because when Martell insinuated after the reunion, that first reunion, that they had issues, I mean, that Marcel had 20 women, I would have been asking Martell, not Melanie. What the hell are you talking about, Martell? Tell me.
But the Martell said he got it from Melanie.
No, he didn't. He said
And
he
that
was
reunion.
there at the
Oh
reunion.
yeah, he
He
did
said he
say he
was
was there.
there. So that's what I'm saying. I would be asking him, oh, yeah, we forgive you and all that, but I need you to address if this true or not. So the way they did that apology was like, don't air my business because your business is screwed up right now. You know what I'm saying? Don't take me down with you.
I feel like
They probably had a talk off scene. I'm pretty sure they had a talk
they
off.
probably did. He probably had a talk off scene
They had a talk. They had a
because
talk
that
off
was
on
too
film.
easy.
Huh?
Because you have to realize in the last episode, I mean last season, when they wasn't on talking terms, when Mel and Martell was together, Mel used to go to events by herself with them, and Martell would not even talk to them or go to any of the events. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? Now you're all in a face. So it's just like he got to do damage control, like Mel said, got to do damage control and got to be all in their face because he know he's losing, these
Friends,
connections. You see what I'm
friendships,
saying?
and everything. Right. Right.
So it's just like that. I really, it's just how they so acceptance of them. That's why she be like, everybody's fake. Because they gave her, even though she was showing up to y'all events, y'all still were giving her a hard time.
A hard time. Yeah, that's true. She was showing up and they're still. So,
And he was
who-
not showing up at all.
right. So moving on to where Marcus and Melanie came in. I didn't know who Marcus was. I thought he was a a dude she brought with him until I was like, oh, that's Marcus. But they Martell, they came in and everything, and everybody was looking at. She looked at pretty. Marcus looked at pretty, and then they did the revealing, showing the side of the I don't know what that was. Was it a poster or I don't know what it
Yeah, I
was.
think it was a poster, like a
Was it the side of the
memoir,
building?
a memoir or something like that.
A billboard?
A memoir.
A memoir?
Yeah.
That's not a memoir,
Is it?
bro.
Fix it, Jesus.
Yes, she's Lord help her.
But that
No,
was I.
I think it
Uh-huh.
was. I don't know if it was on the side of the building, but anyway, it was a big old picture of all the Marceau and his brother's kids that all around the same age, the boys particularly, and he said it's the next Scott generation, which I get. But Destiny and Melody was like, "Oh, where's the baby girls and all this other stuff?" But I mean, girls would want to see their faces up there, but you kind of get it because the guys carry the last name. So I kind of
Right.
understood where they were going with that. So then Martell and Marcus went to go address the situation about not address the situation, but kind of hit on it. So Marcus wanted to kind of ask them, like, do you have a problem with the kids coming over there by me, basically?
Right.
And
Mm-hmm.
Martell said he had a problem with that because their foundation needs to be with a man and a woman to know a man and a woman. But my problem with Martell is they've been going over there for 13 years. If you wanted to protect your kids from seeing something right away or seeing the uncle around drugs or seeing this and that, you don't bring them around there at all. Like now that you and Melanie are broken up, now you got a problem with the drunk, the crackhead uncle that y'all
Right.
been going over there and chilling by. You know what I'm saying? Or
Right.
just if you feel like this situation is different, um, they should have never went over there. So Martell looks really super stupid at this point. He's just digging a bigger hole for himself with um the gay LGBTQ community. He's
Right.
making himself look worse. So you got the women mad at you, and you got the gays
You
mad
know,
at you.
Jay, man, that you just cross
So
it
you
out.
just screwing up every kind of way.
Oh, Lord. That's
What's
so
all that
funny.
with? Oh, so then um, what you thought about that? Like, did you think he was the right way to
We did have a discussion about it because I just feel like, when a nice person is a nice person, but you know, it's up to you if you want. A nice person is a nice person. A loving person is a loving person. But it's up to the parent if they want to associate with certain people lifestyles. No matter, it could be from you being gay all the way to you having a certain type of religion. It's all about
right,
their lifestyle, and you broke it down to me. It's really, when it comes down to a parent and they kids, they have to choose their life, choose what they want to associate with their lifestyle. Sometimes it's not always pretty. Sometimes it's
right,
not always good or whatever. But it kind of broke my heart a little bit. I mean, not broke my heart, but it kind of tug at my heart a little bit because Mel brother looked like a genuine guy. Like he
a
just was
genuine
there
guy.
for
I
his
think
sister.
he's more put together than Martell. I agree.
Exactly. And that's what kind of, I'm like, I was just, I felt bad. But at the end of the day, I know Mel gonna decide what she wanna do with her kids, what she wanna do. You see what I'm saying? So
Right, but he's trying to put it in the divorce and everything that he don't want them around them. But the judge is gonna say, hey, so they never been around him, right? So you automatically lost that battle because they're gonna say no. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's the voice because what Mel said she don't want them the kids around the new child, and you know she have every right to, based off the
Well, she
do
can't do that because when you have split custody, which they have, she said that on her interview. They have split custody. That's gonna happen with that point. Like he can have somebody around him that she would didn't want to. I mean, it's just gonna happen, and that comes with divorce. You can't control that part. But the problem is, she just have to make sure she instill in her kids. You know, it's just they got the kids so deep involved with stuff. It's just crazy because they need everybody on their side, including kids. You know, and I saw a clip where I didn't agree with. I like Melanie, but I didn't agree with the fact that she had the little girl singing her song about her daddy, the little boss baby one. She was just singing the words to the song, and I'm like, she even realize that's her daddy? And even if he see it, he's gonna be like, dang, she's talking about me,
right.
you know. So I didn't like that part, you know. But I'm so happy that Melanie is showing an example where you don't have to settle. And so many women say, you know, I just had another baby. Like, how can I do this on my own? And I feel like if you're in a predicament where you financially cannot, you don't make enough money to leave, then you get smart with it. You
You get
start,
smart.
you gotta get smart with it. You gotta do certain things
Mm-hmm.
and maneuver. You smart. You gotta be smart with it. You gotta
The
figure out
maneuver, sir. Maneuver stuff around.
10% of that check gone somewhere. It might take you a little minute, but you
Exactly.
can start stacking up your acorns. So winter you can leave.
What Shaquille O'Neal? What's his wife? With his ex-wife? Dang, Shawnee. Shawnee,
Shawnee.
baby. She had money in vases
I
around their
blame you.
house.
You
She
gotta be
had money
smart.
in
And
vases,
see,
baby.
one thing that was showed me that Ariana is like, you know, one of those chicks that's just young and just, oh, goddamn bands, on bands, but you're staying in an apartment. You have nothing
Stay
in
in the
your
doggone
name.
apartment.
You have no house. You have nothing in your name to show for it. And this dude got businesses. I would have said, "Oh, teach me the property preservation game so I can get on." Oh, that's
Did
what
he
you
build
should
houses? Oh, he'll be building me a house. A nice ass house.
do. That's what I'm saying. Like he would and put it in my name.
Exactly.
So that's what you do. You know how you really do things. But that's here and there. So then they get to discussing about, you know, Melanie comes around to see what they're talking about, and then he starts talking about, you know, like he don't feel comfortable with the kids going over there, and she's like, "Look, they already got a foundation. Why you not signing the papers?" That's really what you wanted to say, the N word. Why you ain't signing the papers? And she said, "You don't even have your lawyer." See, that hurt his image, like as if he can't afford a lawyer or something.
Right.
And so that's why he told my shut up. And she, no, there's no shut up over here. No. That was funny.
Girl.
It's funny because he gets so angry about things, but he's starting to not go tit for tat because he realized is he don't realize, but
He
it's
don't.
not
He don't.
it's not penetrating. He realizes it's not penetrating Melanie head that she caused all this. You see what I'm saying? So he's not really engaging in the fussing like that no more. But it's still his fault, and he will never like just rest with that.
Right.
So my question to you is: do you think that he's gonna allow Ariana? I mean, they're gonna allow Ariana to be on the show?
No. Mel is never gonna allow that. It's no point of the side chick to be on the show, first of all.
Yeah, we're not sharing
Um,
percentages.
you
That's not.
don't, you don't. This is one thing. Let's get it. I want to give a big shout out to Huntsville because at the end of the day, it's drama, but it's also top notch positivity. When the women was standing around was mentioning all the businesses and all the accomplishments they was got, that's that's what made me like the show and continue to watch the show as well, and the drama. You see what I'm saying? Because you don't get strictly drama. This is not bad girl clubs. You see what I'm
Right. And
saying? It's just
I
a
feel like
marriage, huh?
I feel like if they bring Ariana on it, it's gonna turn into love and hip hop.
Exactly. And we don't need that. We don't need nothing from you know what I would like to see? I would like to see Mel get a new man, dating her dating life, you know, or continue with her single mom thing. I like to see what Mel. Then I like to see how Martell what he doing to see what he fall how
Well,
he
I don't want to see Melanie New Man until maybe a year or two from now because it's gonna turn into love and hip hop. Because Martell is gonna want to fight. It's gonna be stuff. He already make up stuff about everybody. So then he gonna say, "My daughter said he touching on her." It's just gonna be a bunch
it's
of
gonna be
foolishness.
so
You know
much
how he
stuff.
is. He's very immature. So I don't really want to see that right now. But when you touched on the women gathering around after
Oh my
Martell
god.
left, after Martell left, you saw where everybody came around. And oh, we forgot to talk about what Tisha earlier. Tisha and Melanie had a conversation where they did that fake apology again, and Tisha went over there when she said, "Oh, a baby." Melanie told her a baby is on the way. So Tisha said, "Is that true?" Like she wanted to just smile, like I know, I knew it, I knew it, I already know. She knew already. I'm
She
so
knew.
tired of them acting like they didn't
Just
already know.
because you know, I just feel like Tisha, at this season, this last season, she really showed that she was, really kind of jealous
Obsessed
of
with Mel.
Mel. It was
Obsessed.
too.
Obsessed.
She was annoying. I'm gonna say it. She was very annoying. With a lot of these episodes, a lot of the season, it's just very annoying. And it's just like I hope she downs it a little bit next season because it was just too much.
And just do her
It's
and
too
stop focusing on Melanie. Like everything brought her back to Melanie. If you
it
just
stop
focus on
focus on people catering to her. Cause if it's not Mel, it would be Kimmy. You see what I'm saying? She want Kimmy to be so loyal. No, Kimmy is not gonna be your yes man.
yeah, Kimmy got her own mind, and I like that about Kimmy. So
Yeah,
even though
Kimmy.
they don't have a big dynamic drama on the show, they still bring something to the table. It's like a good little puzzle piece that need to be there. And oh my God, when Tisha said, "Oh, I like how we gather around Melanie because she's my sister," girl, we almost
I'm like,
fell off
after
the
all this, you talking about that's your sister?
girl, because she's in pain and she's down. So now she's your sister.
All right. But when
And
she was doing
Melanie's
good,
smart. Melanie's smart. She know what Tisha is.
exactly. Yeah. But yeah, this season was really good. I can't wait for the next episode when they look at the background, behind the scenes. I'm sorry, the behind the scenes and things like that. So, but
Yes.
closing out, I do not want any side chicks on this show. Like it's too much. It's
Yeah.
too much. This is not love and hip hop. Please, producers, if you listen to us,
Carlos
if you got
King.
at the end of the, please do not put no side chick on this doggone show.
Because it's gonna turn into love and hip hop. I mean,
And
it
we
just
don't need
is.
that. We don't need that.
We do not need that. And when Martell can get mad and say he's not gonna film, okay, boom, bam, then now Melanie bring her new man in. Bye, Martell.
Right. And if I was a side chick, I would not even want to be on the show.
But
You see what I'm
that's
saying?
no,
That's just
that's
double
called
embarrassment.
a mature side. Well, it's no mature side chick, but
Ain't no concern my
it's
side chick,
called
but it just
embarrassed side chick. Somebody that didn't know they was a side chick. That's different.
exactly,
But
exactly. But
she knew she was a side chick, and
she
this
was
man,
comfortable where she at. That's why it is
she's comfortable in her
Martell.
apartment. She's an apartment side chick. You have your house side chick
Exactly.
and your apartment side chick, and all you
And
gotta do is
Martell,
throw them a bone.
he know how to pick them because she gon' he gonna always gonna have that open marriage or open relationship with that girl because he gonna have a lot more other buttloads of women coming through.
So ending this, do you think? Well, I heard a rumor that Marcel has a baby all as well, like older.
I just people saying, but I feel like this is the second or third season, second or third season. No, nobody don't see no picture proof. Nobody haven't came out. It's just word of mouth,
No, the
word
picture
of mouth.
came out. They have a picture.
Well,
I sent it to you, and you don't see
you
it.
did.
Yes, I did. But my thing is, he got the right one. He knows. Marcel is like, I like him as a businessman, but he's one of those dudes that just think he have everything figured out. He got the wife at
He
home that's
he got
presentable.
manipulation towards him too.
Oh yeah, but he got the right one.
What?
But see, the problem is he talked about Miss Wanda. That whole side of that train track is gonna come and show him talking about that side of the train track. He played. He played.
And then try to twist it around like he didn't say that.
Oh my God! Yes,
Girl,
the side of the
manipulation.
train.
It's just he's a. That's why I say with him, you gotta have the exact proof. Cause Martell, you
Right.
could tell when he lying. You could catch him in a lie with him.
Give me
Mark,
your phone. My
Mart,
phone dead. My phone dead.
Marquez, Mark. Lord,
What?
hold on. I gotta get Larry out. Hold on.
Okay. Well, no. Well, we'll end it here because you gotta get your daughters. Yeah. So, um, it was a good episode, and I'm just hoping that they have a reunion. That would be excellent. Oh, I'll die to see that reunion. That's gonna be so juicy and good. But yeah, I really enjoyed this season, and I look forward for more. And you know, I just hope Martell gets to get somebody to penetrate that mind to sell them like, hey, this is you're wrong, and it's no buts. You know, so that's the problem I have. But thank you guys, and I'll thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later.